I just heard they're doing another No Kings protest, and so I say this as nicely as possible. Black people, stay the fuck home. We have done enough. We have protested enough. I understand. Y'all are wanting to go out there and help people. I get it. I have done it. But we are at a point now in history where we could potentially get thrown in jail or beaten to death or severely hurt. Stay the fuck out of this. This is not for us. They will use their power and influence to hurt us the most. I could care less about what any other comment says about, oh, you shouldn't be saying that. No, I am gonna fucking say this because anytime some shit goes down, black people get the worst of it. Black people, stay home.
Hey y'all, did y'all know that only a president can inflict martial law? But he needs just cause to do that. But did you also know that only he can take martial law off the table? So that means he can keep martial law on for as long as he see fit. So in 2 years, when we want to vote these spineless ass congressmen out of office and put people in there that'll stand up to him, that's if he lasts 2 years, that he can still say we under martial law. And during martial law, there's no elections going on. You can't do elections during martial law. So he's trying to bait black people to go out there and do violence and protest so he can say, oh, martial law, so it won't be no elections. Then that motherfucker can stay in there forever. In 4 years, he can say, oh, we're still under martial law. That's what he's trying to do. So I'm going to keep putting videos out there and say, black people, stay in the house. The system been doing us wrong for so fucking long, and now the system needs us for violence. It needs our attitude. It needs our violence. It needs us to get angry. So they trying to release people that they know will make us angry. So just stay angry and just stay sitting. Because by doing nothing, we're disrupting this natural flow of America. America is being disrupted. Because without black people doing what we do best, the system is breaking down. And not to mention Trump breaking down the system by his damn self, but it needs us. So we ain't gonna give him what he wants. Release them all. That's all I say. We still ain't gonna do nothing. They'll probably get theirs in the street, but we ain't gonna do nothing. We ain't gonna go out there. We're sitting down and doing nothing because right now we're fucking winning this shit. And we could play the long game. We've been playing this game since America started. We can start this game over again.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you're doing great from whatever you're watching me from. I'm your host and presenter, Agentic Stories. Brothers and sisters, this is something that I want to talk about that I really feel that it's really important if we trying to talk about it. Remember, there's just this recent protest that is going on in the United States today, especially in Chicago, and people are saying like it's a no kings protest, right? But there's one thing that still stands, and I usually say to you, the moment black people will realize that there is power in their voices, that's when they'll let other people not use them. In this case scenario, people know very well that black voices are really, really important, and that's what they want, right? But when black people decide that we are not lending you our voices because that's what they want, this time round, black people are not joining anything that doesn't benefit them. Look at true history. Majority of the things that black people have tried to join have never been for them. If I've seen a group of people that have been so much altruist, are black people. The art of altruism is within the black community. They do things that doesn't benefit them, but they do it for the collective good of everyone. But at the end of the day, how does this benefit them? Black people are so much tired of going out and fighting for this whole group of people that don't give a damn about them. Anytime they go out there, they find repercussions. But is it worth it? Is the fight really worth it for what they're going through? Right? And so black people are being asked to please stay silent. Mind their business. Don't go out and go in these places because it's something that will work against you. The moment you go out there fighting for something that doesn't benefit you, you might be caught up with, you might be shot or something, and all these things might happen to you. While some people say that this is being, black people are trying to be mean, they're not trying to help people fight for what is going on. I don't think this is mean. These are people who are trying to protect their energy. And it's okay if somebody comes and calls it mean, because sometimes you need to be mean with your energy. Not everyone you give your energy. Not everyone that comes close to you, you give them your energy. You need to be mean with your energy. And I feel like it's an important factor to consider, especially when you try to look at the conditions and the betrayal that Black Americans have usually gone through in the United States. From the betrayal, we can basically learn that indeed Black people are right for the decisions that they made. And so I'm asking, and I'm also echoing what other creators are saying, that this is not Black people's fight. Black people are sitting this one out. And so, brothers and sisters, I want us to watch these videos, a couple of them, that helps us understand all this concept that I'm trying to talk about. If you're watching me for the first time, I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel, join the membership, and really get to what I can offer you. And for those who are always coming back and watching my videos, man, I salute you. So let's watch the video. I'll be back with my commentary as usual.
Morning, guys. Happy Saturday. So it's the No Kings Day today, right? I'm super excited about that. But I also am super cautious about that. And I'm hoping that we are not out there today. They got this. And I mean that in a good way. They actually have this. They have been protesting for months, as quiet as it's kept. They have been successfully protesting with huge crowds. And they've been able to focus their attention on the matter and not violence and not bloodshed. And that's because we're not out there. See, there's no violence and bloodshed when white people protest, because they're not going to attack them. No, they're not going to rush the crowds and crack skulls and, get off on blood flowing down white skin. That's not their thing. But should we come out there, it's going to completely change. And that's going to take the focus off what the subject is. See, they want us out there because he promised his goons their day of bloodthirst being quenched. He promised his goons that they would get their chance to crack open black skulls. But he can't do that if we're not out there. See, those thugs, when they dream of beating and cracking open skulls and tear gassing and shooting, they don't see themselves on the other side. They see black skin. Then when they dream those dreams, they're not dreaming of cracking open white meat. They're dreaming of cracking open dark meat. So that doesn't do it for them. And as long as they're out there in white meat, they're fine. They're safe. They're completely safe. The proof is in the pudding. They've been doing it for months now. You haven't heard of one riot outbreak. You haven't seen, dozens of ambulances taking people to the hospital with bleeding and shooting and broken limbs. None of that. They're perfectly safe out there. It's us that get that treatment. It's us with the broke limbs. It's us with the cracked skulls. It's us with the yada, 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 right? So we're not going to give that to them today. We can support this movement. We can support it by watching the lives that are going to be going on today. We can start chat groups about it and send out all your support, suggestions. Just be right behind them mentally, verbally, spiritually. But even the ones that are out there today, they know we shouldn't be out there. They've said it. Black people don't come out here. Because they know what's in store. So they said, we got this. And to the ones that are saying, where are we and why aren't we coming out there and trying to hold it against us because we won't come out there, to hell with you. We're not going to put our blood and our limbs and our lives on the line because now it's affecting you. We're not going to do that. We didn't create this mess. We are not responsible or required to clean up this mess. You are. And to the people that get that and understand that, I support you completely. And you have my utmost respect. But for the people who are out here demanding that we come out here at all costs, that we put our lives and limbs on the line because you went out there and did what you wanted to do, and now that the chickens are coming home to roost, you want us on the front line because us on the front line in your mind gets things done. So you can go back to your comfort zone. We're not doing that this time. And we don't care what you think. And we don't care about the temper tantrums you're going to throw. We don't care about your name calling because it's only the truth coming out. We know how you feel about us. So you're soft when you need something from us. But when you feel like you don't need us, oh, we see that energy. And we want you to keep that energy because we're not coming out there. This is not the route we are going to take to get justice in the end. This is not our avenue to travel right now. We're finding other ways to let our voices be heard. And it's not up to you to approve that. We're not looking for your approval or your acceptance. Just like you went in that booth and you made a decision based on what you want to do. And you had no consideration for what it would do to us. We have that same privilege. We have that same right. And here's to that right. So, we can support you, and we do support this No King's Day. We are in full agreement of it. But we're going to support in the right way. We're going to do it the smart way. And we're not going to give those barbarians out there the gift that they've been waiting for in their long overnight, on their long dreams and their night bliss of sleep. We're not giving you those nights. We're not coming out there like that. No, we're not doing it. And for the people that are out there, for us that do participate in this, it is my sincere hope that should they try to signal you out, that the white people out there form a protective barrier around you. Instead to get to them, you got to come through us. And then I want to see another protective barrier around those group of people and say, and to get to them, you got to get through us. Because it's going to take that kind of solidarity. It's going to have to take that kind of stance for this to really do and go the way you need it to go. And you're going to have to protect, even if we do come out there, you got to protect the ones that do come out there. You got to make sure they're surrounded, that they can't get to them. It's more of you out there than it is them. So if some of us do come out there, they should be protected by the mass. And the mass today is you guys. So if we see us out there and we see y'all stand back and let them take us, just know, we'll know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, that we can never stand shoulder to shoulder with you guys on the front lines. It's simple as that. We wish everything today goes off in the most fabulous, successful way it can possibly happen. We really do. But we do that from the sidelines. We do that from the background. We will not be on the front lines. This is not our avenue to travel. This is not our way to go. Okay? We can support. We can protest in more ways than one. So good luck with the No Kings rally today. And before I get out of here, I only have one little question. Is it great again yet? Asking for a friend.
This is a message for the Black community and those who support it. We are still resting, but there is a tide shift. For one, 47 is very confused as to why we are not taking to the streets. He doesn't understand it. He just knew that using tax dollars to tear up the Black Lives Matter street, that was going to do it. Tearing down the buildings with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, He was sure that floating the rumor of pardoning Derek Chauvin would do it. His executive order to bring back segregation, all of his attacks on DEI, even though black people benefit the least from DEI, he was sure that would do it. It hasn't. And one thing that they didn't plan on at the end of the election, something that happened on November 5th, 2024, is when we all went into the voting booth and voted, and we were the only demographic that was united and held strong for democracy in this country. The 92% of black women who knew the assignment and knew what the stakes were, because we always do. The 78% of black men who held it down because they knew what would happen if they didn't. The black community knew the assignment. We became on the same wavelength. When Target did their thing, we collectively made them an example. Walmart, also losing money. Amazon, also losing money. Now, granted, allies that support the black community, the LGBT community, women, they've all been a part of that too. But black people have collectively been on the same wavelength. But in Trump's desperation to get us out into the streets, he is becoming more and more dangerous with his executive orders. On April 28th of this year, he signed an executive order. The executive order is titled Strengthening and Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Citizens. Now, we all know that Trump don't give a crap about innocent citizens, because if he did, he would care about due process. And he wouldn't try to get rid of habeas corpus, because that is how you know that a citizen is innocent or not. So what they want to do in this executive order is give cops more power and permission to profile, to brutalize people that they just think are guilty. That means us. He is trying to create another George Floyd, another situation that will get us into the streets. I say this so that we all can be cautious and we can all see and know what he is trying to do. This executive order further militarizes the police that were already militarized with tanks and riot gear, that apparently they do not need when people are protesting that are of a lighter shade, but they need it for us. This also further protects law enforcement officers who are accused of misconduct or police brutality. Protects them, because we know that they need to make it home to their families, but you don't need to make it home to yours. They fear for their life, even though they're the ones holding the weapon and pointing it at your back. This executive order also does something that we have already seen. This executive order threatens state and local officials who discriminate by enacting diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. If state and local officials are being inclusive, advocating for diversity and equity, they can be charged with discrimination charges. Now, Trump's DOJ's Civil Rights Department, who have defended the civil rights of people for 70 years now, they are no longer defending the rights of black and brown people, LGBT people, women, all of those people who are usually discriminated against. They are no longer going to be representing them. So if you have an issue of discrimination, the DOJ will no longer represent you because of discrimination. Make it make sense. They will now be focusing their attention on discrimination against white Christian people, because they are the most discriminated group by far. Yeah. Now, I say all this to say there's a tide shifting. Even though black people are resting, we are focusing in on our communities, our black-owned businesses, our children, our education, all of that. Yes, we need to continue doing all of that. I have seen a shift in the boldness of these racist people. Neo-Yahtzee rallies and marches up there in Kansas City. YT women calling little autistic black children the N-word, getting $750,000 for that. But then there have been videos of black people letting those racist people know, who think we are going back to the 1930s, during the times that we were hanging in trees, that they were having picnics with us as the main course. Times where they could tell us which swimming pools to swim at, which water fountains to go to, where to sit on the bus. Alabama today is trying to resegregate its schools. Problem is, black people like me were born into freedom. It's going to be real hard to put that genie back in the box. So even though black people are resting, we're not going back to 1930. We are a different breed. But I say, be cautious, because 47 has already started putting things in place specifically for us, because he wants us to protest. And when we protest, he will enact martial law. And he already has the orders in place to do that. We need to know the enemy that we are fighting. So what do? Stay out of the street. Do not protest, no matter what happens. What we will do is we will continue to organize and protest with our wallets, cheer on our allies who are out in the street, strengthen the Black community, and to be there for each other. We will continue to support Black-owned business with our wallets and our presence. We will continue to be united as we were on the 5th of November 2024 when we tried to save this country. We will continue to do what we do best, thrive in our excellence, even during the hardest times. Love y'all. I don't usually say this, but share this video to somebody that you think.
Remember, a lot of y'all was saying me no black or me not black. Why are you now asking the Black community to come and speak on y'all behalf as a majority? Like, why should we do that when we know that a lot of y'all ain't gonna do the same for us? And then another thing is, what can we do? You want us to march? You want us to speak up? That's it? We don't make the laws. And matter of fact, you can see how Black folks voted as a majority and got the audacity to ask us to do more. Look at the way y'all voted. And now a lot of y'all are saying that this ain't what we voted for. That's exactly what a lot of y'all voted for. Because he said that on day one, it was going to be mass deportations. What did y'all expect? So as far as black folks don't have to do a goddamn thing because they did enough. Stop trying to always drag us into some situations. We told y'all what to do. You didn't care. So now you're asking us. I mean, we got some of y'all crying on videos talking about how would you feel if your children was taken from you, ma'am. If you knew anything about Black history and what Black folks had to go through here in America, you wouldn't even ask us a question like that. How disrespectful.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you're doing great from wherever you're watching me from. I'm your host and presenter it.protect stories. A couple of things that we need to talk about is that indeed we're not seeing this protest becoming so much violent, but the moment Black people set their foot out, you're going to see how they're going to deal with Black people. And so I think it's peaceful, and I think it's okay if Black people don't join this protest, because you know how it goes for Black people. Like, the story is never same for Black people. So there are a couple of comments that people talked about this issue, and I think I wanted to read them to you so that we can be on the same page. This is what other Black folks are saying in regards to this protest, that they heavily want Black people to join them in this protest. First thing that somebody says is that, listen, look at how peaceful and bloodless these protests are. If we come outside, it will be declared martial law instantly. They are not beating any of their own kind, right? So we need to remain silent, do nothing, because if martial law is ever declared, it will be in that president's seat forever. So you understand how this goes. They don't want to provoke the martial laws because they want you to provoke it. Because the moment they see Black people out in the street, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna, provoke the martial laws. The martial laws is like dealing with you, like accordingly beating you up because you're not listening to what they're trying to tell you. But since it's white people that are outside there, somehow this is not happening, and Black people are seeing to it that it's peaceful. It's peaceful for the United States if it remains that way. We don't want to start carrying the Black Lives Matter placards because of fighting for things that doesn't benefit Black people, right? And so I think that's imperative to put into consideration. Also, somebody says that the issue is those non-allies will simply stand by and watch while the system beats and kills us for the favor. Thus, those of us who have more compassion than brains will get a casket or a medical bill for the favor. That makes sense. Two things: medical bill or a casket. What the people that you're trying to do a favor for, they will not give a damn about you. once you fall into problems with what's going on. So I think that it's imperative for you to understand, to put yourself first as a black person, because I think that's an important virtue, putting yourself first in the pedestal, so that you can have a vantage point of also thinking about other people. So for other people to be safe, you need to put yourself first, right? You as a black person, it is your responsibility to stay safe. The best way of staying safe in this situation is remaining silent, is not joining the protesters won't help you with anything. Somebody also said that we no longer protest with our lives or freedom. We now protest with our silence, our voting power, and how and who we chose to spend our money. We are done being meat shields for a country that has never had our best interest at heart. That's true. Somebody also say that, how are you serious doing it every 4 months and for a few hours? You are very attached to what you've lost, your comfort, friends, family, house. Try, we add a Billy Club Dog's houses and for right barely enjoyed. Our silence is our revolution as black people. Somebody also came and said that we black people, the 92/80% are not now, nor will we ever be silent. We didn't get these rights we have that others enjoy. By being silent, we did what we needed to do prior to. And on 11/05/2024 is the rest of America that failed the open book test. So the result is we are sitting this one out. It's that simple. And I think it makes sense because Americans decided to choose who they chose. But that's just the problem. But that's just the problem that they need to deal with, they need to live with, right? So somebody's saying that I refuse to get involved in any of these protests, especially when I have my kids and family to worry about. I don't want to get a beat down or go to jail over any foolishness. That makes sense because there are repercussions of this. Remember, the moment they'll see black people, they'll pull the martial laws, and you know how it goes for black people, right? Somebody also came and said that now let's cripple them economically, keep our spending to minimum if possible, and doing that shopping for the holidays. That makes sense. Somebody also say that our main problem is that we turned away from the creator and chose to vote every 2 and 4 years, but forget the creator whom gives water to all of us. Somebody also said that they will not protect black people that protest with them. They proved it when they let that white woman get dragged out of the town hall, and also when the 2 black women are arrested during the previous protest. As far as I am concerned, they have failed. Right. Somebody's saying that maybe, just maybe, folks are bust down broke these days. You know, they probably have a lot of more pressing adult matters to attend to, such as paying rent and utilities while trying to find money so they don't starve to death. I don't know. Maybe these matters are much more important than wasting money for a few random 3 or 4s. Somebody also came and said that our Abiyah and Mother Wisdom are retelling their children to stay out of the way and watch Daddy and the axe elements. We need to watch America destroy itself. No more voting all onto your eye, vibrational energy, Hebrews. Somebody also said that we claim high IQs, but they didn't bother to read Project 2025, which outlined Trump's agenda. They voted against their own interest. They are now shocked because instead of listening when Trump denied even knowing what was in Project 2025, Fanny is now going to be going by the things that it contains. No, we won't protest with you. We won't attack you, sick dogs or militarized police on you, beat you bloody and senseless, attack you with the gassing, nor will he order you unalived. All this was already done to black people If we don't understand, if we don't now understand, then you should be out there with us. Good luck. We will support you from a safe distance and couches. That makes sense, right? Somebody also said that yes, we already need to stay out of it all, black Americans. Let them fight the fight. We have done enough by our ancestors building this country. Till the day they still don't get any credit for their blood and sacrifice. Stay home, black Americans. Enjoy your families and loved ones. Peace out. So people are saying things that make sense, and I think it's time that black people understand that they need to preserve their energy. They need to get it out there for the things that don't help them. So please let me know what you think about this video. I'm your host and presenter it.protect stories, but until then, let me see you on my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.